Hey guys, we're back here with Brew TV, still at the awesome Urban South Brewery, and I'm here with the founder of Urban South himself, Jacob. Hey Jacob, what's going on?
Hey, just enjoying some great Pilsner right here.
Absolutely, yeah. So I would love to know, like how you got the idea to open up your own brewery. Where did that come from? You know, what really gave you the passion to start your own brewery?
Well, I hated beer.
Yeah.
Growing up, just my dad drank some awful beer like Natural Light and Milwaukee's Best, and I spent a year in Europe in college and tasted great beer for the first time. That's really what ignited the passion. And then moved back to Louisiana after college, and there was kind of a craft beer wasteland. There was one brewery in New Orleans, and Louisiana was second to last in breweries per capita. And so I thought that Louisianians deserved great beer, great local beer, and that's why we started Urban South.
Yeah, absolutely. That's crazy that there was only one brewery here. That's insane. So I would like to know, tell the viewers out there more about your beer. Is everything made in Louisiana?
Yeah, absolutely. Everything that we produce is made right here in this building. We package in kegs and cans. We've got 4 year-round beers, and we do a seasonal program and specialty programs. Our flagship is our IPA. IPA is the #1 craft beer category in the country, and that stands true for us as well. We've got a great IPA. It's a best-selling hoppy beer in New Orleans, and so that's the one that's kind of our flagship at this point.
What's your favorite beer? Can you pick one? Do you like IPAs?
It's really hard to pick. I'm drinking a Pilsner right now. It kind of depends on the weather and my mood. I love IPAs, and I certainly love the ones that we make, and it's hard not to love a beer that does so well for us.
So we're just going to quickly take a walk back. So I wanted to show everyone how cool this is. There's a pool table, foosball. What's that game called again?
Down here we call it cornhole. I think it's called bags in the Midwest.
The bags over there. And as you can see, people are having a really fun time. It is a windy day here in New Orleans, but it's like the atmosphere here. Obviously, this is a warehouse. Has this always been a brewery, or what? Do you know the history of this building?
No, this is a building that dates in the late 1800s, and it was at one point a streetcar repair factory, and other points just industrial supply, and it's only been a brewery for the last year since we moved in.
That's awesome. Where did you get the name for the brewery? How did that come about?
We were thinking about just what we wanted to represent. We really love the lifestyle in New Orleans, but it's not particularly unique to New Orleans. It exists in places like Nashville and Charleston, where people just love to celebrate life. People don't live to work; they really work to live. Yeah. And so the name Urban South we wanted to conjure up the lifestyle in those great, classic Southern cities.
Do you have a bunch of business partners, or is it just you in this?
We've got some silent investors, friends and family, and then. We've got 2 guys that started with me almost from the start. Kyle Hewling's our VP, and then our brewmaster, Wes Ogier. He's got a lot of experience brewing around the country.
Awesome. So we're going to take a walk back here where the beer is actually made. Hopefully we won't interrupt this game of cornhole. As you can see, these are very large tanks back here. It's pretty awesome. Definitely has that warehouse feel to it. So can you tell the viewers, what's going on back here? Tell us about the process.
Yeah, this is where the magic happens. So our brew house are these 2 vessels over here. We brew about 900-gallon batches of beer at a time, and then we put them into these fermenters, these vessels that have a cone at the bottom. Most of them are sized for 2 batches of beer, so they hold about 1,800 gallons at a time, and the brewing process only lasts about 6 hours, but the fermentation is really what takes the time to make the beer. So our beer will sit in the fermentation tanks anywhere from 2 to 6 weeks, depending on the style of beer we're making.
Is there anything really unique that goes into your beer making? Like, what's different about you guys versus the other players in the market?
Well, I think we're capturing really what Louisianians want to drink. Our climate drives a lot of that. We don't make a lot of dark, heavy, beers that might do well in a colder climate. But when it's 95 degrees and 100% humidity, most people don't want to drink a real heavy stout. So our beers, I think, are really clean and really refreshing, and work really well for this place.
Absolutely. And are you guys open 7 days a week, or can anyone? What are your hours so people know when to stop by? I definitely recommend coming here when you're in the city. I've never been to a brewery like this before, but would love to know like when you guys are open, more stuff like that.
Yeah, well, we're brewing and working on the operations side 5 days a week, a normal work week, sometimes on the weekend. But our tap room, which is really the other half of what we're doing, is open every day but Tuesday. And so on Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday we open at 4, and on Friday at noon, and then Saturday and Sunday at 11 a.m. We stay open until people quit drinking beer.
Whoa, that's kind of awesome. So now you guys know where to come to drink some beers. Really, anything else you want to tell people about beer and why they should start drinking it and not be, you said that when you were younger you didn't really like it. Why should people start getting into beer and have some in your house and drink it?
Well, I think specifically people need to get into craft beer, particularly, small independent brewers. There is a lot of beer that's available that's made by international conglomerates. I mean, most of the ones you see on ads on TV, that money is going abroad. It's not staying in our home communities. So when people buy local beer and they drink full-flavored beer, they're really supporting jobs and supporting taxpayers and supporting their own local community. And so that's what I would encourage people above all else. And that's, I think, one of the most important things about the craft beer movement that we're experiencing right now.
Are any of your beers sold to any of the bars around town? Like, how can people not here in the warehouse in your brewery get access to your beer?
Yeah, absolutely. With an operation this size, we could never sell this much beer out of our own building. So the vast majority of what we make is distributed throughout New Orleans, Baton Rouge, and the North Shore of Lake Pontchartrain. And so we have over 200 tap handles around town. We're in every major grocery store in town. So you can find our beer pretty much anywhere around town, in addition to finding it here.
Well, that's awesome. Well, thank you so much, Jacob. I really appreciate it. As you can see, you can actually buy your own cute little T-shirt representing Urban South. But I definitely recommend coming here. The beer is unbelievable, and the environment and the feel of it is just awesome. But thank you so much again. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.